Yo, yo, yo. You already know it's time to go, go, go. Welcome to the show. What up, everybody? You are now tuned in to another episode of Thinker versus Speaker. If it's your first time coming here, it's a weekly podcast where I get sit down with different guests. We talk about life, love, relationships, work, career, entrepreneurships, literally anything. Any and everything is on the table when you come to Thinker versus Speaker. We just be talking and talking. If it's your first time here, thanks for stopping by. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, put other people on if you like what you're hearing. And all of the things, but I ain't gonna waste too much time. We gonna hop right into it. We got my special friend, my special guest today. We got Kay. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm alright. I'm just trying to make it. We start the podcast. Ruby always automatically picked up the squeakiest toy she got. We gonna do the best we can.
Okay.
But man, how's your week been? How you doing?
My week has been good. I mean, it's only Monday, so it just started. I quit my job last week, so
Oh shit.
I'm feeling the things,
I don't know why that caught me off guard. Like I ain't know. I was like, oh
You
shit.
knew you were with me the whole entire time,
No, for real.
I was like, you were there.
Basically, right?
Okay. But it feels heavy and light at the same time because it's I had to let it go. It was draining the fuck out of me. Definitely was not getting the best version of myself. And on the other hand, it's just wow, I formed so many relationships there, and I feel like I'm so good at I wouldn't say I'm good at, but I do naturally form bonds with people. Any space I go into, I feel like I attract love, or at least that's my intention. And I feel like here, with most jobs, I just got close to people and I had to leave. And I feel like that triggers some of my own abandonment issues in a sense.
Ooh, yeah.
I was like, oh damn, I'm doing the things that makes me uncomfortable, but at the same time, I recognize that it had to be done.
Yeah, right. Because kind of what I'm hearing you say in that is just part of the reason why you had to step away was because it was drawing out certain feelings in you. It's almost like you had to decide am I going to stay in a place where I'm uncomfortable, or am I going to make changes out of ooh, I don't even know how to word this. Am I gonna help me out here?
I was trying to see where you was going with it. But it's really the wanting, am I gonna be stagnant or am I gonna fucking grow type shit? Am I gonna be willing to deal with this? Because I know how it's gonna end. I already know how it's gonna go, and it's just do I have to learn this lesson again? Do I have to sit here and be miserable again? I've done this before, and where did it get me? It just made me resentful and angry and all these feelings. I'm just this space is triggering some shit I don't like, and I'm just gonna remove myself because it's not helping me. And I don't want to go back there again. I very much so was seeing the dark place.
And what about it was taking you there?
I just feel like I was so overwhelmed, and for once in my life I was feeling all the things. I was feeling the things at work, I was feeling the things at home, I was feeling things in my relationships, all the feelings. I'm just holy shit, this is a lot. But I'm where are the very strong feelings coming from? What about it in my life right now, if I could change it, I would change it. I know I could change it. And it's this job, I'm I'm not happy here. I'm this is not what I thought it was. It's a lot, and I don't want to suffer it anymore, especially for the sake of saying I'm getting money. No, I don't feel like that's a healthy relationship.
Yeah. And how do we even get in those situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we make decisions, right? The only reason I kind of know it behind it, because of course we have conversations about it.
Yeah.
But our intentions when we put ourselves in certain situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, of course, like, especially when you're talking about work, like, usually it's like about the money. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's like, why am I here? The money.
Exactly, because that's a real thing. Like being financially free and like having financial freedom and being able to take care of yourself is a real thing. It's like I have that desire. Like I have desire to like, you know, be chilling. Like I want to like make money, but at the same time, I feel like I have to feel in order for me to make the most money, I believe I have to be stress free or like at least an environment that allows me to continue to grow and expand in some capacity, because it's like even I was only there for such a short period of time, but it's like I know how systems work and I'm just like, yeah, no, I can't flow here. I'm like, I'm not gonna flow. I'm just like, I understand, like, okay, that makes sense. It's like, okay, I recognize how things work here. It's like it's a system. It's like you either fall in line or you fall behind or you get the fuck out of line. Like I don't know. You choose. You have a choice. And I was like, I chose to walk away.
Right. Because
it just wasn't there.
Yeah, because it's something about when you get into it, right? And you just like, oh yeah, the money. Like you find the reasons. Like it's almost like when you look at it, it's like you find the reasons. So this is cool. You know, like this is a perk. That's a perk. This is what I'm doing. I can handle that. That's cool. Like it's good. What's the pay though? Oh, okay, yeah, nah. I can make that shake. I can make that shake. I really can. And then you kind of get into it and you realize it's just like, damn, it's not what I thought.
Yeah.
Like this ain't even what I thought. Like I'm not even really vibing with this. It's just like I'm building resentment, like you know, as I'm going to work every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even giving the job the type of like effort and concentration. I'm more so frustrated because I'm like, you know, in a place where I don't want to be, where I'm not really flowing, because it's just like I don't belong here, essentially. So you know, you feel those things. And like what's crazy is like if I think, do you have to get to a state of flow to recognize what it's like to not be in flow? Because like at one point in time that was the norm. Like
get in state of flow, to stay in the state of flow.
Yeah, because like when we were like deep in it, because I remember like even when I was in my retail days, like life was chaotic, but that was the norm.
Right, because we accepted chaos as like some normal behaviors, like something always had to be going on, or like life was boring, like it had to be something popping off. And it's just like, actually life is okay when like there's nothing happening and like you're chilling. Like that is okay to have a chill and calm life. It's okay.
Yeah, and it took me having to be like forced out of it and then put into a place. Like it's almost like things had to become so chaotic that I didn't have a choice but to like try something different or do something different. It was almost like I was so resistant that I like backed my own self into a corner. Because I didn't want to change. I didn't want to change. Like the chaos, I was okay settling for the chaos. And like not being comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that I'm not really getting what I want out of a situation, because you can ask yourself even deeper things. Like when you're working at a job, it's just like, damn, like especially like I'm always go back to my retail days, because like work-life balance like isn't a thing, right? So then like at the time I'm like 20 like I was between like 21 and 25 at the time. So it's like you think about things like, dang, like, you know, like if I ever have kids, like my schedule's gonna be all weird. You know what I'm saying? Like my schedule's gonna be weird. I ain't gonna have time. It's always gonna be like go, 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 go. Like, yo, this ain't really the lifestyle that I would want. Like, hold on, like, you know what I'm saying? I like the work that I do, but like the lifestyle is not gonna be what I want. Like the money isn't gonna be what I want. Like I'm not gonna have the type of freedom that I would want. And it's like you start asking yourself those things, and like that's like when that resentment starts building, when you know like this ain't even aligning with what you want out of your own life.
Right.
And like dealing with that and like having to decide if you want to do something about it, because I think that kind of like feeds into that buildup of that feeling too, of just like knowing that you not getting the life that you want out of this, but you still doing it anyway.
Okay.
I don't know how I got there.
I'm like, we always end up getting to where we need to be, don't we? Every time we converse, and it's like, I don't know where we about to go with this, but we gonna make it to the point.
But yeah, no, like just to really think about it, and it's just I don't know, like when that was what makes me move, and like it's an uncomfortable ass feeling, like when that pressure builds up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You was talking about like change and shit, and like just, I think that was an interesting point to mention, especially how we talked about like how important that is, and how we talked about earlier about like love and change and our feelings, and how change is just going to be a part of the picture regardless type shit.
Yeah.
Like we can't avoid it. So it's like either we're going to embrace it or we're going to just like allow it to happen. So it's like, what's up? Right. How you about to handle this? Like you have a choice now. Like we always have choices.
You do.
So it's like you about to, like you said, be resistant. Because when you resist the change, baby, listen.
you gon' get this change. You like, it's almost like we can do this the easy way or the hard way, right?
Okay.
So like think about it. Like, okay, so like even think about it. Think about a situation where you feel that, where it's just like, this job ain't what I thought it was gonna be. I ain't working the way that y'all ain't even getting the type of work out of me that y'all want. I don't even want to come here, so I'm probably calling off. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm probably calling out. Like, y'all, my work is like mediocre. I am not passionate. I am burnt out. I don't want this. And I'm frustrated and all of those things, right? So like now, like I'm getting poor performance reviews, right? And I'm pissed as shit, and I'm getting these poor performance reviews because I'm resentful, I'm angry, I don't want to be here, but I keep showing up.
Okay, you expect this shit to change. Like you're expecting to have stellar performances. Like you don't want to be there. It shows your energy is shifting the whole entire environment. So it's just like, hello.
So you get fired. So you get fired. And like, let's be honest, like not even trying to make light of it, but you know what I'm saying? You get fired, it's like, oh, deer in heads, like, oh my God, how did this happen? You gotta scramble. Like, I'm making light of it. I know it's like a serious situation, but I mean, like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. It's just like, I ain't see it coming. Like, didn't you kind of see it coming? Didn't you feel it in the air when you wasn't going to work every day, when you didn't want to go there? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that the route that you want to take, or do you just want to start working on that resume every time that you get pissed about going to that job? Do you want to just put in an application or two? You know what I'm saying? Test the waters to see what's out there. Like, are you going to start making preparations because you already see what's coming, or are you just going to wait?
Hear me out.
Okay.
I'm thinking, because like, you know, like some people be wrapped up in like they shit like mentally so much that like they know that that's potentially that's what could happen, like that's a outcome, but at the same time like they're so wrapped up into their shit that like the job is like not a priority as it should be. Like it may be secondary or like the third priority for real, because there's other things competing for that person's presence.
That's a very good point.
Yeah,
that's a very good point. Cause like that's even something that I can understand. Ooh, I like this. This is what Thinker versus Speaker is about right here. Cause like that's very true. Cause like even I can relate to moments where it's just like I'm not here with the shits. Like I lost my dog actually, having a moment like that. My old dog T-Bone. Ooh, did you ever? I don't think you knew my dog. But
no, I didn't. I don't think you had a dog when I first met you.
I did, but he was with my parents, and my parents was in Texas. He was still kicking, but he was old as shit. He was like my childhood dog. By that point, he was like 17. Like,
okay,
he would just look at TV and bark. Like,
okay,
but like, yeah, like it was when I moved down here, and like when I say I hated the store that I was working at when I transferred to Texas. I did not like it. Like it wasn't it for me. And like they was trying to like make me move in a way that didn't really align with my morals. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, all right, no, like this ain't working. So I was like looking for another job. And then I applied at this one place, right? And like on paper, it was just like so cool, right? Because I was trying to like switch fields. I was trying to go back into what I was doing. I mean, what I did in high school, which was just drafting or whatever. So I was like, all right, this place seems perfect. I was like already getting no's from like a bunch of different drafting firms because I didn't come out drafting. So I was like, all right, like this one seems like it's a fit. I interviewed, did all of the stuff or whatever. And like this is when I'm going through that like feeling, like that resentment, like going to work every day, like, oh my God, I fucking hate it here. I don't want to be here. Da 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 da. Like feeling all of that. And like plus I had like other stuff. Like I had just moved, like I'm going through the motions, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was in that little situationship or whatever, like still going through that nonsense at the time, being toxic from a distance. And, and like
that long distance.
I'm long distance toxic,
Toxicity.
baby. Okay.
Whoa, okay. Going on tour real soon.
But no, like, all right, so I got all of that. So it's like building up in me, and I'm like, I'm hitting that like peak frustration. And like I interviewed at this place. The interview had went super good. They were like, all right, like give us a week, we'll let you know something one way or another. 2 weeks goes past, and I'm just like in my head like, fuck, like what I do? Like why didn't I get it? They ain't hit me back, they ain't said nothing, whatever. And I'm just like, damn, like you know what I'm saying? I thought it went so good. Like I had got my hopes up. So I was like crushed. Like that shit hurt. Like I went through a whole little dark night that day because I was just like, I had dropped my brother off. I had T-Bone in the back seat with me, and I'm just like, fuck, like I thought I had that. Like I don't know what's going wrong. Like God, like what the fuck? Like it was like me talking to God, like God, what is happening here?
Right.
Like, you ain't delivering. Like you know what I'm saying? Having one of them moments, and it's just like I'm so distracted that when I pull up at the house, I'm crying driving home, everything. I'm dramatic. And like I'm a Cancer.
My poor Cancer friend. I was like, I know.
I'm devastated. But like I'm driving home or whatever. So I get out the car, we get out the car, I let him out or whatever. I open up the door, I walk in the house, and when I tell you, I could have sworn that he walked in the house before me, because he always walks in the house before me. Could have swore. Girl, I went upstairs. I went upstairs in my room. Nobody was home. I hit a Cuba Gooding Jr. and Boys to the Hood where I punched the air a couple times and started screaming. Like, you know what I'm saying? Passed out on my bed and just boo-hooed for an hour. My dad comes home. He's downstairs. He don't say shit to me. He like, T-Bone. Ain't nobody coming. This nigga old. It take him a while when you call him anyway. So we just like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So my dad calls again. He's like, T-Bone. And then he comes in my room. He's like, where's the dog? I'm just like, he here somewhere? Like, he's like, no, he's not. My dog did not come in the house with me. He did not.
Aww.
He did not. I locked him outside. I locked him outside. And it was like, you know what I'm saying? And you would think that I didn't care. Like, now, when I thought I was devastated before, I was really devastated now because I lost my dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I had since I was 15. But, like, and my dad was, like, so mad because he was just like, what the fuck? Like, where is your mind where you can even do some shit like that?
Yeah.
Like, you not even that irresponsible. Like, you are not irresponsible. So, like, how the fuck are you doing shit like this?
Yeah.
How are you not present enough? He got in my ass that day. That shit hurt. But it's just like, but it's very much like it wasn't intentional. I just wasn't there.
Yep.
I wasn't there. So it is possible. And like I stand corrected. Like
thank you.
It's very much possible and it's very much true. Like you cannot be there. But you know what I'm saying? Like what do you do with that though? Okay,
what
now
do you do when you're not present and like at your job or like in general?
Right, because you're going through that, right? And of course, like it has a purpose. Like even when I was going through that, it was because I had. And the end of the story, this is where I work now, by the way. The place that I interviewed at.
Okay.
That had me devastated. I worked there, but so it was all for naught. I did all of that shit for fucking nothing.
You're practicing for the Oscars. We totally get it. It's understood. You understood the assignment. Thank you for your services.
We really be going through it for no fucking reason, just not trusting and not being patient.
Like not being patient is the real deal.
Yeah, I'm going off on God, and He literally had it taken care of already. But yeah, anyway, we were talking about how we
like become present and like how do we deal with this shit?
Yeah.
There's so many ways, like dead ass. Like I would say for me personally is like my people, like the God people ushered in my life to like just be there to support me. They just are the best. And that's really what helps me get through, just being able to like bounce off ideas, how I'm feeling, voicing my frustrations, like having a safe space to like come and just be myself.
Yeah.
And not have it be tied to like a job or like whatever I'm doing. Like every time I told people how I feel about this job in particular, or just like my overall experience of just like where I'm at in life, all supportive. Like, and people told me to think about the pros and cons, and obviously to have something lined up before like I start, before I quit. Like stuff I already knew, because like I've quit jobs before, and at this rate, like after 3 months, sometimes I was quitting jobs a day after. Like you just know when some shit ain't right. And you got to get the fuck up out of there. It was a job actually in St. Louis.
Oh.
The salary was popping. I ain't gonna say the name of this organization because I'm just not gonna do that. Salary was nice.
We gonna have this conversation later.
We gonna have this conversation offline. Salary was popping or whatever. I was like, okay, I could do this because I was fresh out of grad school. I'm like, let me get a nice little job. Like it was so much. I was so stressed out post grad school. Like nobody talks about the post grad school depression and all the things that comes after that. But
so there was a post undergrad and a post grad.
Yeah, it's like you go through some shit trying to discover yourself and figure out what you're gonna do next, unless you already knew before you got your master's. I wasn't one of those people. I was still figuring shit out.
Okay, yeah, that's a different conversation, and I got some ideas. Okay, let's keep
But this one particular job, I remember I went into the interview. I had box braids and I had like a couple like blue braids or whatever. First of all, the interview was mad crazy because I was killing shit. Then he was like, I don't know who I interviewed with first, but I remember I interviewed the director. He said some shit like, oh, you got these blue braids in here. Like, why would I hire you? I'm just like, why would you not hire me? I'm like, I went to wash you. I went to the fucking brown suit. Are you fucking kidding me? I didn't say like this, but like my intent was definitely meant this way. I was like, I went to the brown school. I'm like, you see my GPA is like you see my resume, like I ain't never have to sell myself like I did in this interview. And I'm just like, wow, am I desperate now that I'm thinking back to how I was in my life in this fucking like, cause I don't even know. I was really pressed for a job, and I just wanted to say like, you know, I got a job after grad school. Like, you know, that was a big deal.
Intent, yeah.
Just desperate. So like, whatever gonna take me, knowing damn well I was settling like for shit. So I'm like, okay, this job about to be cool. Interview everybody, talk to everybody. Oh, you come, your start date, go to HR, did all the things required.
Yeah.
My first day there, I had these khaki pants on and like this button-up shirt, and I had a headband on because I had just took my braids out or whatever. So like my hair wasn't wild. It was manageable, but I looked decent. But then again, now I'm thinking about it, I looked a little crazy.
Hey, at least you can be honest.
I'm like, did she love herself? Kinda, not really.
Hey,
she working on it, but look,
it's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
The glow up happened now, okay?
Okay,
the glow up is here.
Because back then I was looking crazy.
Okay,
but either way, I feel
look
professional.
Knuckles. Y'all know me.
I was still professional either way. Like I had my button-up shirt, my khaki pants, and some flats, whatever. I was doing training or whatever, and the lady who's like I forget who people roles are. I was just like, I didn't know who the fuck people was. It was a hot mess. She was like, yeah, the director said your pants are too tight. Like, what? He was like, next time don't wear those. They're too tight. I'm just like, my pants too tight. Like, why are you all in my pants like that? And I'm like, I'm not a person who wears tight pants. Like, that's really not, you know, my style.
No, you conservative with it.
It wasn't then. It wasn't my style then. Now I'm like, I do wear tight pants and shit like that, but it's like not on some. I don't want people to see me. It's like
you professional.
I look the fuck good.
Yeah.
But it was weird, and I'm just like, why would he comment on that? And he said something about like, oh, we can't wear headbands. It was just like mad rules that like I would expect in a like white establishment almost, like, you know, but. I was like, this is weird. I'm like, this is very odd. And it's like, you want me to work with kids?
Yeah.
And I can't be myself. Like I can't have self-expression in my outfits. Like it was something about the color of my headbands, like something. And I was like, this is not gang colors. It was literally like some fall colors. It was a very weird thing. I'm just like, I should not be here. Like, and that was a job I worked for literally one day. And I was like, I'm not coming back. I feel like they owe me a paycheck. You know, I was going to do a whole week because I did want to get a paycheck. But I'm just like, nope, I can't even shake this.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, it sounds like even there, like the underlying theme of that is authenticity, right?
Yeah.
And like, I guess it's kind of like the root in all of this, right? Because like, even when you're like going through those experiences and working in those places and feeling uncomfortable, it's because you're not being authentic to what you really want.
Right.
And that's why you feel uncomfortable.
But that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah. And like, in order to be authentic, you have to be honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think that's essentially like the root of the conflict, because it's just like, I'm not being authentic. I know I'm not being authentic. And that's why I feel all of these negative feelings, because like when you're flowing, you are being authentic. Mm-hmm. You're doing work that you want to do. You talking to people that you want to talk to, that build you up, that make you feel good. You remove those things because you had to be honest about all of that. You had to be honest about everything. Like, hey, I do not like my job. I do not like this relationship. I do not like my living situation. I do not like my finances. Like, you got to go through the list and just be like, nah, this shit ain't me. But like, also, what do I do about it?
Changes. You gotta really look at it and be like, what changes am I willing to make to have the life that I want, to feel what I want to feel, to do what I want to do? You gotta look at like, what part of you is holding you back from that? Because it's like, at the end of the day, is on you, whether like you have faith or you have fears. Like, you, which one you going to be? You going to be in or out? Like, what's up?
Yeah. And it's scary to be that honest with yourself. Like, it's not like you can just up and be like, okay, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna quit today. Like, it didn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
it doesn't work like that. It's a whole lot of thought and contemplation and just working up to a certain level of honesty. Like, one being like, I don't really think I feel the same way about this like I used to.
Yeah.
Like, it starts in like baby steps, and you work yourself up to like, all right, what am I gonna do about this? Because there's a fear. Like,
Is that fear of like, if I do this, like what's gonna happen next? Like, what's next, and not knowing what's next. And it's like, that's when you decide, like, am I going to keep living in fear? I'm gonna have faith that like God got me through everything. Like, God, what? Maybe.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
Then
because
seen some shit, then did some shit. He like, we then made it through. So it's like, what's up? Why not live a life that you want, doing the things that you enjoy, being around people that you love and care about, like you said, uplift you? Like, why not?
yeah. And like, one of the things that I always go back to, like, when I'm doing my healing work or whatever, is a feeling of safety, right? Like, a lot of my coping mechanisms and like reasons why I hold myself back and don't do certain things or avoid certain parts and like of myself and my psyche and all that, is just because I fear that, you know, if you tap into a certain thing, you're not gonna be safe anymore. It's gonna remove that cloak of like safety and you know, familiarity of like, this is what I know. Like, how am I supposed to know that if I take this leap of faith or if I make these changes that I'll still be okay? Like, what if I do this and I fail? Or what if I do this and it doesn't work out? Like, what if I quit this job and I can't find a job? Or what if I you know what I'm saying, I start this business and I end up in a hole? Or, you know, like, all of the what ifs, and not knowing if I'm safe. Like, oh, if I leave this toxic ass relationship, what if I just never find anybody? Like, you know what I'm saying? What if there's nothing else better for me? And it's just like, okay, but what if though? Like, it all goes back to like, you are judging this off of whether or not you think you'll be kind of safe.
Right. And it's also just like you choosing to have that what if versus like, you know, I know that whatever the outcome is, it's what it's supposed to be. And just like be willing to accept what's there.
Yeah.
And not having like this expectation or being attached to like expectation and being like, you know what, that's what's there, that's what happened. And being accepting, I feel like coming to a place where you accept things is like, what's gonna save, I feel like, people. Because it's like, once you could accept shit for what it is and not have to question and worry and ponder and overthink, especially stuff that we shouldn't think too deeply into, and you just like, okay, it is what it is. I'm like, okay, and really mean it is what it is, because we say that and like, yeah, it is what it is. But I know this bitch be doing this and whatever feelings we be having, but it's just like, no, like, it is what it is. Okay, that's what it is. It's like, some people be choosing to do stuff and it's like, it's not a reflection of us. It's like, or when things happen, it's not always a reflection of like us. People also go through their shit, and shit be happening. They don't got nothing to do with us sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah. Like, I'm very much a victim. I don't want to say I'm a victim, but like,
you better not.
No, I'm not a victim, but you know what I'm saying. I'm a person that used to deal with, and still from time to time do deal with, just overthinking things. Like, just thinking too much about things that don't matter, about things that are completely out of my control, about things that just ain't got nothing to do with me, frankly. You know what I'm saying? Because I want this sense of control and I want this sense of safety. So therefore, I feel like I need to see outcomes. I need to know which way something is gonna go. So I turn into That's So Raven, and I'm trying to see the future and every potential outcome and possibility. Like, that's not what I'm here for. Like, and then like being devastated when things don't turn out a certain way, or overthinking your way out of a situation because you just don't have faith that it'll work out in your favor, when in reality, like, shit really just is what it is.
Yeah. That reminded me of earlier when you were talking about like just enjoying chaos and like expecting chaos to erupt, and it's just like, yeah, that's what we like because it's easy. We know it's there, it's consistent. We know chaos. We can see it coming a mile away, and it's like, okay, even though this is not safe, it feels very safe that this is chaotic.
Yeah, because it's familiar.
That's fucking insane.
It's familiar. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just now getting to a point where it's just like everybody talks about trigger. But do we really know what our triggers are? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
let's talk about it.
Like, for real. Like, because even I'm starting to recognize what my triggers are, and the more that I realize them, the less of a big deal that they are.
Exactly. That part.
It's shit that I don't even know that I had, right? It's almost like I can feel myself. It's just like, hold on, wait. Why are you spiraling? Like, why did you just eat like, you know, like half a pie and like, you know what I'm saying, smoke a bunch of weed today? What's going on? What's happening here? Like,
right,
you know?
Right. Like being able to check yourself now. Like, ma'am, mama's drawback. Like, what's going on? Why have you been like doing yoga? Like, what's up? Yeah.
You're not acting like yourself. And then you go back and it'd be like, oh, okay, because that one thing happened and that one thing reminded me of this other thing. And yeah, that's why I'm here now. But I don't have to think this way anymore. And I also don't have to react this way to these things. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop.
Okay.
So you go down from being like down for like a month or two or a year or whatever to being like taking a couple days and being like, all right, did you get it out your system? All right, let's get back to...
Are you done? Yeah. I literally just had that happen to me, like, and this shit, I was triggered since like fucking July. I was triggered from fucking July. I'm just like, yo, because we know, you know, I'm a fighter. That fire, you know.
Look.
And I thought that like I was good. I'm like, okay, God, like I'm done fighting. I don't have those urges to like want to fight people. Like, you know, it's not there. Like, it went away. No, it did not. Got triggered the day right before my birthday party. I'm just like, God, like, what the fuck? I was hot.
Who I'ma be?
I was hot.
Cause old me ready to throw these hits.
Okay? I'm like, old me is ready to get in this motherfucking Uber and go down to a place where I don't need to be and fight and wreak havoc all over that place. I'm just like, for what? What? I'm like, for what? It's like, you're going to endanger more people than necessary. Like, this is going to become a bigger thing than it needs to be. But my pride and ego was like, yo, niggas keep playing with me because they think I'm so nice and sweet. They're like, I'm a pushover. And it's like, I'm not. I choose to be nice and sweet. It's a fucking choice. But I also have the other side, and I'll tear this shit the fuck up. Like, leave me the fuck alone.
Bruh. Literally. It's so real. It's literally a choice now. It's just like, who am I going to be and how am I going to react to these things?
Baby.
Because I literally know better.
I know better and I know what I can do. And I'm like, you know, I have to chill out because this shit got me hot. It got me intense. And it's like, I thought I was done with this. I'm like, clearly not done with this at all. Because if niggas could still take me to that place and I could fall into that rabbit hole.
But you didn't though.
I didn't fight, but it did eat me up. It ate me up for a very long time because I'm very sensitive. And when anything ever involves my nieces, my family, period, like that's a really soft spot for me. And it's like, I can't lay my hands on people. I
No.
cannot fight people. I have to literally use my words and communicate in a way that, like, I get my point across.
That shit
I
worked
thought
when
that I
you was
was doing
15
that.
without coping skills.
Yeah, but it's like I'm grown. It's like I fight you, I go to jail, I assault you. Like it's. I know what the end game is here, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna just disregard your ass altogether and not deal with you at all. That's where I'm at.
And I'm gonna go on a quick tangent real quick because this shit blows me to this day. That shit worked when you was 15 with no fucking coping skills.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now we are the ages that we are. You know what I'm saying? Now we are the ages that you really are. And it's not unreasonable for you to be like, yeah, a motherfucker pushed me to the point where I wanted to go back to that old me that will drag your ass, right? But I'm grown, I got shit to lose, and it ain't even worth all that.
Exactly.
We don't even have to do all that. But mind you, we live in a world now where it's a bunch of grown-ass people running around that can't check their egos, their pride, don't have no fucking coping skills to get through none of this. We literally will watch TV with fucking 40 and 50-year-olds still throwing hands like they 17.
Okay.
And this is society now. Or at least the image that gets portrayed out.
Right. That's how we communicate with our hands and our fists, and we actually don't communicate. We just yell and scream, and like it's not really communication. It's just like we're all angry at other things, but you're close. I'm gonna yell at you and I'm gonna curse you out and I'm gonna take all of it on you because you're the worst fucking person ever.
And you triggered. You're not even mad at that person that is in front of you. You mad at some shit that happened at another place, at another time, a long time ago.
And you haven't let it go.
And you haven't let it go. And it takes you back to that place every time.
Hell yeah. That's so intense.
It takes you back to that place every time. That's triggered. That's triggered. And that's the two different ways that it manifests. You can choose how you handle this shit.
Yeah. That you just like made my shit make so much more sense, even though like I was like, what about that situation triggered me? And it was multiple things, but it was mostly the reason why I moved back, which was like arguing with bitches and bitches threatening to fight me. And I'm just like, don't threaten to fight me and do all these wild things and don't come do it to me. And I'm like, if you want to do it, come and do it. It's like, bitch, I done been through worse. People done said worse things to me. People were like calling me all of my names, bitches, hoes, sluts. I don't know what I want. I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, bitch, like in what? Like this don't hurt my feelings. Like this does not hurt me. But it was so annoying because it's like you have time to go back and forth with me, but like when it comes time to like really handle shit and boss up on shit, like this is the energy we giving each other. I can't believe I was giving niggas energy to go back and forth about dumb shit where there was mad other stuff I could have been worried about. But I was giving that my energy, and it's just like niggas triggered the fuck out of me. Some fucking wounds came the fuck up. They woke a bitch up.
And it happens, right? But it's all about how we deal with the shit. It's all about how we deal with the shit. I literally was thanking God the other day because I was just like, yo, I've been triggered so many times. And actually, I handle this shit differently every time. And like, I'm okay. Like, I dead ass feel safe. Like, even like, I hit a point where it was just like, you know what I'm saying? I be all about my healing and shit. Like, I love going in the hermit. I be like, I ain't talking to y'all for 2 days, y'all. I'm finna go journal and shit and sleep and like recharge and shit like that. Like, I love that shit. But like, even I hit a point where it was just like, yeah, I don't want to go here. I don't want to go here. I'ma smoke. Nope, not going there. Nope. Nah. And then I sat and I thought about it and I was just like, wait, who are you hurting by not going here?
Okay. Because it ain't about everybody else. It's like, at some point you gotta like, this not beneficial to you either. Like, come on. Like, it can't be about everybody else. It's just like, dang.
Yeah. And it was just like, all right, now I gotta go unpack my shit because the only person that I'm hurting is myself. The only person that I'm doing a disservice to, the only reason why it hurts is because I'm not going to the place that hurts and actually doing something about it. And it's just like, and once you go there, you pop out and it's just like, oh, okay, it wasn't even that bad. Like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But that I'm avoiding it, but it's still a trigger. You deal with it, it's no longer a trigger. Like, yeah, like it's like playing with a trigger with the safety on. It's like, yeah, you playing with it. Like, I could pop off, you know, back in the day when I kept that safety off, you know, I would have popped off on you, but I don't need to do that. I only shoot when I need to.
Only when necessary. You gotta know you gotta pick your battles fucking wisely, because it's like everybody's not worth busting back.
Now. I got a limited amount of bullets.
I'm not busting back at you, hoes.
For what? I got shit to do today. Like, ain't nobody for what?
Get the fuck out of my face. Start mushing niggas, like, get the fuck out of here with that. Like, certain stuff just don't get my time, energy, and I'm just like, you know what? I really have to think smarter, because it's like I've allowed dumb shit and like situations just consume my energy and time, and I'm just like, all that wasted time.
Bruh, if you can piss me off, then I still got work to do.
Okay, especially if you're not somebody I consider to care about, but it's like, why am I
Cause why? Why?
She had me fucked up. I'm like, yo, this shit really got a hold on me. I'm like, yo, I'm triggered bad. Real bad.
Real bad.
Real bad. Like, down and out. Like, SOS a bitch. Like,
yeah.
Shit.
And it happens. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always gonna happen, but it's always gonna be like how you deal with it. And like, you know what I'm saying? It's weird when you talk about healing, because it's almost like you have a choice and like shit's also out of your control. I don't know how to explain this shit in a way that makes sense, because it's just like shit is gonna be what it is gonna be, but you always have a choice on like how you can react to shit and how you choose to do things, and like that's what matters, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've encountered like a lot of the same situations. Like, when I think about how my healing journey has like unfolded, God literally has laid out my triggers just in this process in like in the course of like the last year, and he's like taking me back to like experiences, even if it's not with the same people. It'll be like similar experiences, and it'll draw back those same feelings, those same thoughts, and it's up to me like, okay, how am I going to react? Last time when I got hit with this crossroads, I took the toxic route. I was chasing motherfuckers. I was doing all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? My self-esteem was fucked up for years. I was going tit for tat. I don't want to do that. So I'm just not going to do that. And then you choose a different route and you just be like, okay, actually that has nothing to do with me. It's something for me. I'm gonna just not, and I'm gonna just keep on going. I'm gonna focus on my work this time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna focus on my work this time. Just like all of the things. And it's just like, and then you realize it's just like, oh, I have so much more peace. It was how I handled shit in the past that made life what it was. It was the mindset. It was the thoughts that I put into things that made life out to be what it was. But I also had to experience those things. So now when I'm here, I'll make those different decisions and my life comes out a different way. So I didn't have control over what I went through, but I do have control over how I interpret it and how I react to it. Like, everybody's thoughts, opinions, mindsets that I grew up with in the past, none of that shit matters no more. I get to say how this shit affects me. I get to choose.
Yeah.
Whether it hurt me, whether it made me feel good, like, I get to say if this shit hurts me or not. I can go back to all them old heartbreaks and be like, yeah, one of that. Might have been devastated then. Might have threw me off my path for like 5 years. But it wasn't that
bad. For 5 years.
What my heartbreak, it broke, okay?
I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. I got my heart broken once, maybe twice, maybe a couple of times, whatever.
It was one good time, shawty.
Look, it happens. That shit throw you off your game a little.
It do.
Cause you be out here just bugging. Like, why was I?
Bro,
I was a little low.
What's so fucked up? After my last relationship, I wasn't necessarily healing from the last relationship. I was healing from the relationship. I was healing from the relationship that was not a relationship.
You was healing from the situation.
From the situationship that was the catalyst for 2 events post that and that relationship. Because something about that whole situationship in the past put me in that situation where it was just like, fuck it, I'll take it. So then when it was all over, it's just like, damn, all this shit go back to you? What the fuck? Like, this whole shit started there? I could have just said no. Like, I could have just said no. Fuck it, God. I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
baby, you needed Jesus. Just yeah. Situationship, entanglement, just all twisted up and whatnot.
It ain't nothing like your first time, okay?
I'm not gonna hold you. My first heartbreak, I thought I was gonna die. I hated everybody. I was still going to work though, so I used to get the register fucking crying, bitch. Like, that's how you knew I was about my bag, but at the same time trying to feel my feelings. I was like, oh, I was at work crying.
Okay, baby. I could say something, but I ain't even gonna blow niggas' spots up like that. I can say something, but niggas would really be at work pressed, okay? Niggas would be at work 80 different thousand types of pressed, okay? Don't even fucking look at me. Shut the fuck up. Go somewhere.
Listen, I wasn't eating or nothing. I was like, I was living a life, child.
Look,
shit.
Okay.
I was out here I was on Plenty of Fish trying to, give me some fish, something, trying to,
Ain't nothing good on POF, bro.
I mean, that part is true, because I don't think I linked up with anybody I met on there, but I may have seen them in person. I just feel like this is a hookup app, and I'm like, I'm trying to hook up even though, like, I wasn't about that life. I wasn't either,
yeah.
I was just trying to, like, I was trying to be a single girl, a little hot girl, whatever.
Right.
I was trying to be a hot girl.
I was too, but wasn't on shit. Like, it'd be like, motherfuckers would literally be like, why are you on this shit if that's not what you want? Because people be like, you just trying to fuck, ain't you? It's like, no, actually, I'm not.
I'm trying to meet somebody.
Exactly. It'd be like, and you wonder why you keep running in the hoes. Nigga, shut up. Like, nigga,
you're on the wrong app, man. Maybe you should be on, like, Christian Mingle or something. eHarmony, like, it's not giving. Plenty of Fish, man, like, you gotta think about it.
Hey, it is what it is, okay?
But look, that was,
well, that makes sense now.
now it makes sense how, like, we got here. Like, now it's making sense. I'm glad. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
All of that came from talking about triggers.
Yeah.
And, like, overcoming your triggers and learning how to, like, identify them and work through them, because they all root back to, something. And then I guess now that leads to, like, being in a flow state, being in a place of peace. Because, like, once you work through all of those triggers like that, it just, shit ain't as heavy. You know what I'm saying? You don't walk around feeling as heavy.
Yeah.
Am I right? Like, yeah?
Yeah, when you're in a flow state, I feel like you're just, like, you in a groove, you're chilling, and, like, you're able to recognize when shit is out of whack.
Right.
that like self-awareness, like just knowing like and where the out of whackness is coming from, like yo, being able to pay attention, being more in tune with like yourself.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Where are we off balance? Is it in my relationships? Is it in
Yeah.
my work? Is it in myself? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where is this imbalance coming from, and what are ways that I can deal with it? You know, like, what are ways that I can address it? Like, even like when it comes to like, I just worked through this actually, like with the podcast, like I took a break. You know what I'm saying? I took a break without taking a break. Like I couldn't take like a full on like just stop. Like I'm not that type of person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that type of person. Like if I'm doing some shit, like I'm doing this shit. Like if I'm committed to something, I'm really committed to something, and I don't like to stop.
Yeah.
So, but I needed a break at the same time, right? Because I've been going hard, and like, you know what I'm saying? And before, like, you know, I spent like a lot of last year, like, you know, having a little bit of help, you know what I'm saying? Like doing it, like I wasn't completely on my own. And for the last couple months, like I pretty much have been doing everything by myself. And not only am I doing it on my own, like I'm making changes. So like I've added not only like the original stuff to my plate, but more. And I still want to keep building on this. And it's just like I didn't want to quit because it's something that I'm passionate about. But I also needed to just take care of myself for a minute.
Yeah.
And like realize like I've been going hard for a year. You know what I'm saying? Like super hard. And it's just like now I'm going through all of these changes, like being able to be like, okay, like pull back, you know what I'm saying? So you can keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I had like a raging fucking forest fire, it's like I pulled that shit back to a tea light and kept it going. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that way, you know, you can hit it with the gas and get it going again. But like knowing like when you have to do that, and like now it brought me back to like a better state because I got to like get my mind right and get my creativity back, and like, you know what I'm saying, take care of myself on a personal level because I just really needed to. I had to heal from a bunch of shit.
Yeah. That's so important that you do that though, like that you remember to take care of yourself, because it's like it's said so fucking much how much you talk about like self-care and all that, but it's like it's really important that you find ways that work for you, and you know that it works because you're able to be like, okay, I gotta do this, journal, meditate, pray with God, spend some time in isolation, and then I could be ready to like, you know, jump back into what I was doing. Like,
right,
people would keep going, niggas would keep going, then they crash and they burning, and like it feels like everything's falling apart at one time, and just like
I was about to, for fuck ass reasons. So like y'all, like when you doing shit like that, reevaluate, like really take into account why. You know what I'm saying? Because like, yeah, I probably could have told you, like, I'm gonna be real honest with y'all, I'm gonna be raw as fuck. Like in the beginning, especially when I first started doing this solo, I felt like I had something to prove. Like I was pissed. You know what I mean? Like I was pissed. So it's just like, oh, this shit not finna stop. This shit finna keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit finna keep going even if I gotta do it myself, because this is my purpose. This is what the fuck I'm serious about. Like, you know, and I said, like, I felt like I had something to prove to other people. And I went super hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went super hard. That's when I started coming out with, like, you know, like video, all types of shit. And this is shit that I want to do. But, like, I was doing it in a way that just, like, wasn't sustainable. Like, I had the heat, I had the fire, and I was ready to fucking go. But I wasn't doing it at a rate that was just sustainable. I wasn't working up to it in a way that made sense. I was doing it out of pride and ego. Because I thought I had something to prove. I had to prove somebody the fuck wrong. And it was just like, hold on, wait. Like, at a certain point, you got to pump your brakes and you be like, hold on, wait, this ain't even you.
Yeah.
You don't prove shit to nobody
Mm-hmm.
but yourself. You not here to compete with nobody. Why do you even feel the need that you have to go this fucking hard? No, you don't. And fuck what anybody else says. Like, we have to go at the and first off, if this ain't the rate that I'm supposed to be at, God gonna slow me the fuck down anyway.
Okay, he gonna pause. Stop your ass so motherfucking fast.
Especially if I'm doing this shit for the wrong reasons. Because my intent is somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my mind is somewhere else. My heart is somewhere else. It's not the pure intentions of trying to give a positive message, trying to help people, trying to, you know what I'm saying, show the things that I'm trying to show by doing this. I ain't doing that. I'm just trying to prove a nigga wrong. And that's how you build bad karma. And I ain't on it. And I ain't on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the first nigga to tell people, heal, baby, heal. So God was like, heal, baby, heal. Like, slow the fuck down, because you're not in competition with no fucking body. You good?
Your timing is your timing for that exact reason.
Yes.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, and that's why people be on that like go. I can't stop, because they feel like they got something to prove.
That ego is dangerous.
Yeah, you only got shit to prove to yourself.
Or it could be dangerous.
Yeah, it can be, for sure.
It can be dangerous, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? My ego lies in the fact that I'm still going. Just period. My ego lies in the fact that I take time to heal myself. And that I do want to make sure that I do shit the right way with pure intentions and shit like that. That's what makes me proud. That's what boosts my ego. Not trying to shit on niggas, not trying to step on niggas, not trying to just be all about the money and all about the views. Like, my shit is about the message. My shit is about the purpose.
Yeah, I feel that. It's like mine. I like ego and pride. I'm a Leo, so I'm just a walking ball of ego and pride. Like, you know, pretty prideful.
Yeah.
But I love, like, pride aside. I love, like, the impact that I have on others that's, like, not rooted in ego and pride, because it's like I feel like people are starting to see, like, the real and, like, authentic me. And, like, prior to me being like I'm compassionate now, so kudos to me. Prior to me being compassionate, like, authentic, I feel like I just used to be, like, shady as hell.
Yo.
And, like, not knowing who I was, just, like, wandering. Like, I was just, like, here, like, trying to figure out who the fuck I was, like, just amongst the world, like, allowing anything and anybody to come in and come out, and just, like, taking whatever I felt like was available, even if that meant the crumbs.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, because it's like, I wouldn't think that was rooted in ego and pride. I'm just like, I wasn't prideful, because, like, I didn't really want that shit, like, but at the same time was prideful, because was claiming that shit, like, owning it, like, was attached to it. So it's like, wouldn't let the ego go, because I thought I was doing all the right things or whatever. But yeah, like, damn, I'd be like, wow, that was ego, or that was just me being dumb.
Yeah.
Just mad fearful, like, nope, I don't want to listen, so I'm gonna do things my way, and, like, literally watch how, like, my way is not the right way, but, like, too motherfucking prideful, and, like, to say anything. It's like, nah, it didn't really work out that way. Like, not really telling the whole truth, because it's like, I don't want anybody to see me like that. I want anybody to know, like, I don't want anybody to know, like, I want it to be, like, you know, have this to myself. But it's like, when you start becoming authentic and you start, like, I don't know, I just, like, I'm learning the value in, like, sharing, like, my story and experiences with other people, because I'm like, okay,
yeah,
this is helpful, because, like, now you don't have to experience it that way, or maybe you can see another way of how this experience can go, and you can look at all the possibilities. I'm one of the possibilities. You're one of the possibilities. We're all like, you know, have different perspectives.
Yeah.
And it could go either, it could go any way.
Yeah.
But when you have faith, you know it's gonna go. You're gonna know it's gonna go a way that is meant to be. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's all about perspective too, even when you view things, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like even those things like that you go through, that you try to hide for whatever reason that you try to hide it, maybe it's like regret or shame or, you know what I'm saying, any of those feelings. But then like when you actually think about like some of those situations, there are other things too, you know what I'm saying, that can be found in those moments. Like, you know what I'm saying, like maybe it's a resilience, maybe it's a strength, maybe it's something, you know what I'm saying, that you can find out of those times too. And if you learn how to like identify those things and like change that narrative and change your story, it's gonna create a whole new world of possibilities and a whole different way of like outlooking and viewing things. Like you're not telling yourself the same story. You get to change the story.
Yeah.
And you also get to change the outcome.
That part.
And it's nothing to hide. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's no reason to hide. See, the things that you hiding are why you know, kind of contribute to that feeling of like inadequacy in a way. Like, if you able to just kind of like own who you are and what you've been through and your experiences and the things that you learn from it, because if you learning from it, it doesn't matter anyway. Like, if you can get through those experiences, just like, oh, this made me, like, I own that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm here right now. Like, yeah, I might have been through that shit, but this is also like why I'm here right now, standing in front of you, this person that I am right now. So can't nobody even use that against me. Because like fear, guilt, shame, regret, like those are things that people can use against you that make you feel that way.
Yeah.
If you owning that shit already, it is what it is.
Okay, you can't make me feel ashamed of like all that I've owned. I know who I am. I own my shit. And it took me a long time to get there because I'm like, that's not who I am. Or is that really who I am? And like hiding behind like who I think I am and like not with the mask on. Like, was wearing the mask for a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was wearing a whole fucking mask. Like, you know, take it on and off depending on who you are. And I might not take all the way off. I might just, you know, tilt it a little bit. But, you know, still hiding behind this hoe. And it's like the moment I took the mask off is like when I really start to see things for what they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's when shit gets real. Mm-hmm. The shit gets real for you and everybody else around you. That's when you have those moments where you can start identifying things. Going back to the beginning of the episode, be like, oh, these people, oh shit, these ain't my friends for real. Oh, my
the energy starts shifting.
Whoo, my family kind of treat me a little fucked up, don't they? Hold on, wait, bitch, do you love me for real? Because you saying that you love me, but it don't feel like you love me. Hold on, wait. This job, wait, hold on, I hate it here. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's when you pull that mask off and you stop pretending, and you start being the fuck honest. You be like, hold on, we gotta uproot all this shit.
Like, you really gotta look at your situation and start making changes. And niggas be scared to make changes because they don't really want to reflect on how their situation is. And you know, I hate that for some people. Well, I hate that for everybody because it's like,
I do, yeah.
Because it's hard, because we've been there and it's just like, bruh, when you really feel like you in your situation, you stuck and you cannot get out and like you feel like that is the end of the world. Like when I felt like that, when I felt that shit, like when I feel like I could not get pulled up out of what I was going through, I was literally going to kill myself.
Look. Okay.
And like, I never felt feelings like that before. I was just like, yo, I would just end it and like put me out of my misery because like clearly, like, I'm just never gonna have a good fucking time here.
Yo, it gets that deep. It gets that deep.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, I gotta deal with this. Like, this is
life.
it. This is what I chose. I'm like, I want out.
Yo, send me back. I ain't asked for none of this shit.
The whole time was asking for it because kept accepting the bullshit. Kept being okay with the okie doke, you know, putting the mask on, putting the shades on, like ignoring shit. Just, you know.
Yeah.
For the sake of like having
it's not
something.
that bad.
Yeah, like
it's okay. I can deal with this. I can handle that.
Mm-hmm.
You know
making excuses.
It's not that bad. They say they love me. It's okay.
Yeah.
They
love
don't
each other.
always act like this. It's not always like this. We have some good days.
It's just a bad month.
It's just the bad ones be bad.
Yeah.
I am a little tired of having the same conversations over and over again, but they said they tried.
They're doing their best. They don't know any better.
They have this trauma. They just been through so much.
Like, they've been through so much. so much. And their parents treat them fucked up. And like, I want to be their parents. I want to love them. I want to give them all the love that they deserve from like childhood up until now. But I'm one fucking person and I could barely give myself that love. So why am I giving it to you?
But if I can make you love me, then it would give me meaning. Then I would be worth something. Right?
Then I'll be worthy.
If I can just make you love me, if I can just heal you, if I can just heal you, if I can just love you so hard that it makes everything okay, then I'll finally have a purpose. Then you'll finally stop treating me like this. Then I'll finally get to forget all of the motherfuckers that ever treated me a type of way. Then it'll finally be all okay.
And finally you'll love me. You'll love me. You'll love me. That's not how it works, though.
No.
That's not how it works.
It's not.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't.
It doesn't work like that.
It does not work like that.
Do not, like, it's just, you gotta know when to let shit go.
How it work,
you have to know.
How it work. Come on.
Okay.
Let's tell the truth.
Okay.
We painted the picture. We painted the picture of what it don't look like. What the real look like.
So the real look like... The real look like you tolerating a lot of shit over and over again. But it's not just you, but they're also tolerating shit because like you're both in alignment. Like you're both toxic, don't know how to communicate, both struggling with these issues, and you're mad at each other because one won't do it, this one won't do it. You got mommy issues, she got daddy issues. She expect you to be everything her daddy wasn't.
You expected her to be everything your mama would.
You want all this love, this care, this compassion that you wish that you yearned for when you were about 10 years old. Now that you're 22, you're thinking that this also 22-year-old who struggles with the same thing is going to come in and teach you how to really love and be loved and care about, even though they know nothing.
They don't know
of the sort. Their
just like you don't.
Spans just as far as yours, maybe even shorter. But but here we are trying to make love out of a loveless situation. But toxic is what we know. Toxic is where we go, even though we want to grow.
Your incomplete parts complete my incomplete parts, and we just be whole one together.
We'll just be a -1 actually, because this doesn't even make sense. But you know that's how it goes, and it's like we end up in these cycles because we think that's what we saw, that's what we think is how it's supposed to work, or whether that's on TV, whether that's our family, whether that's close friends, or that's what we heard. Like it was normalized to be in these toxic ass relationships, and like I feel like way before social media even became a thing, like a lot of the shit was normalized. Like, you know what, I don't know if this is considered healthy, but they've been together for a long time, so therefore it had to work. Like,
must be working.
Longevity, and like all we care about is longevity. If we're gonna be with somebody, we want to be with them for a long time, or like forever and ever and ever, you know. So,
but we don't talk about that how.
we don't talk about the how and like how you make it through. And it's like, cause niggas was toxic. Niggas was making it through because it's like, well, I'm gonna stick around because we got kids.
Low key, you dated your mama and your daddy. Low key,
we were dating our parents because that's what we were looking for. That's what we needed.
That's what you was used to. And did you end up hating it or no?
Did I hate that relationship?
I'm just saying, when you end up with somebody that get like, because what I'm seeing is like, at least in my experience, like you date people with those traits. And in the beginning, you were drawn to it because it's what you're used to.
Yes.
So it's okay.
That's funny. You said that.
It's okay. You know what I'm saying? If you cracking jokes on me and teasing me all the time, hee hee ha ha, that's okay because that's what I'm used to. This is just how we operate. And I got my toxic way of operating too because it's all I know and it's all I'm used to. So I think it's okay. But now that we're in this intimate setting together and I'm getting it all the time, I'm actually realizing that actually this shit hurts.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't like it. Actually, it's not funny. Actually, it's not fun.
I'm exhausted, actually.
Yeah.
This is not fulfilling. Like, I don't come home or I don't feel warmth when I'm near. Like, what? Like, it's really crazy how your whole chemistry, energy, like, how all that shifts when you're, like, with certain people. And I'm like, I didn't realize that till I got out the shower. I was like, I could glow. My skin glows.
Bruh. I ain't looked in the mirror in, like, 10 years, yo. I smile at myself every day now. But in the past, I did not even fucking look no more.
Oh, I always look in the mirror, you know.
Yeah, you a Leo, but no.
Hashtag.
It was shame all in my melody. Okay, I couldn't do it, bro.
I got pictures even when I was in my best self. I'm like, I was still flicking it up because I gotta remind myself that, like, look, even when your worst days, you was trying to find the fucking way, bitch.
Nah, fuck that. I be looking at niggas' eyes now. You can see it. You can smile all fucking day, but look at them bags right there. Your ass is tired. No, I'm just playing.
You annoying.
You sick of that bitch, ain't you? No?
Look. Like, are you okay, King? Let me know something. Bet your ass twice. There's hope for you. Like, no. Me too. I'm mad observant. I be like, I be keeping everything. I'm like, okay. Because I be doing that to myself. I'm like, okay, you give it.
Truth is, I'm tired.
Yeah. Like, you're not your best self.
Nah. It be in my pictures too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's in the eyes, man. It's in the fucking eyes. That and if my, like, signature curl ain't curling like it used to.
Ciao.
But you know what? On that note, I think we gonna go ahead and wrap up today's episode.
Yeah.
It's given. I think. Damn, did we go hard? What's today? Is this a triggering episode?
I mean,
is a trigger a bad thing?
I don't think triggers are a bad thing because it's like you trigger because you want to be triggered. Like, we could, whatever. We're not gonna go there.
You're not triggered because you want to be triggered, but if you continue to be triggered, then you choosing it.
Like, at some point, you got to determine, like, okay, this shit bothers me. Like, why does it bother me? What I'm going to do about it? Or am I allowed to bother me every time it comes up? You're going to have to want to deal with that shit at some point. Or you're going to drive yourself insane.
See, I'm a friend that's going to shut up. I ain't even going to lie. I'm a friend that's going to shut up. Because after a while, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm either going to tell you the truth too much or I'm going to just shut up. It just depends on how I feel. Because it's just like, look, like, you know you choosing, right? Because I'm going to tell you at first, like, if you know me, you know, I'm going to tell you, like, okay, like, the first time it's going to be like, yeah, girl, I hear you. Second time, yeah, girl, I hear you. But did you? All right, third time, it's going to be like, all right, now. Fourth time, I'm going to just tell you the fucking truth.
I'm going to just tell you what you need to hear each and every time because I'm just like, that's just where I be at with it. And it's like, okay, sometimes I just need to be a listening ear. Sometimes I feel like I need to give some sort of advice, but also I'm just being whatever you need me to be. If you need me to
Look,
say something, I'm gonna say something. If you need me to shut the fuck up, all right, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
period. And that's what I said. Like, I'm gonna lead you to the water. I'm gonna try to lead you to the water, right? And then I'm gonna be like, okay, here's some water. And then I'm gonna throw the water in your face. And then after that, we just gonna be standing by the lake.
Such a cancer, just gotta bring the dramatics into it. Like,
we just gonna be standing by the lake with a cup of water in my hand. Like, you know what? Do you, boo?
That's it.
This ain't even my business no more. What you need? A wet towel?
Listen. Let people do them.
You got to. People gonna do what they gonna do anyway. That's another thing I had to learn. Like, some shit, like, healing people ain't my that's not what I'm here for. A whole nother purpose. I'm not here to heal nobody's heart. I ain't here to fucking be anybody's personal, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tried that job. It didn't work out for me.
Maybe you are here to do that, but not in a way.
Not in that way.
Supposed to. Yeah, I'm like, I think that your podcast, it has some healing properties.
That's how. This is how. But to just be like, no, I'm gonna love you till you don't hurt no more. No, it's your job to get to that hurt and heal that hurt. I can talk you through how to get there, but to do the work, I can never do it for you.
Exactly, that part. Niggas gotta want to do the work, and that's it. That's your job. Like,
yeah, you can never do it.
Yeah, you want something done, you have to do that for yourself, because it's the only way it's gonna make sense.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just gotta move out the way. You gotta let people do things on their own time.
That
like
part.
If people are choosing to live their life a certain way, look, y'all, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I'll be honest with anybody. Like, my track record is good for it. If you move in a certain type of way, and God tell me, Marissa gonna come. Marissa not gonna wait to find out why he said that. Cause I'm gonna find out why he said that, but I'm just not gonna be there to get hit. Like, it's a nah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta let people learn their lessons on their own. I tried to cling on to people you ain't supposed to cling on to. Sometimes God wants you to let go.
That's a good point, because I'm like, you talking about something, you walk away. Not me. I have to be there to see the lessons being learned.
God said, don't look back, you're gonna turn to stone. I ain't turning back.
That used to be my problem. I'm like, nope. I'm like, you want to wreak havoc? All right, I got something for you. Now I gotta make sure you get your karma. And it's like, I can't even wait for God. I gotta go do it myself.
God be just putting it in my path. I'm telling you, you already know one instance where it's just like, oh, God got your last thing.
But I'm like, now I get you too.
I ain't gotta get shit. Yeah, it's already done. You know what I'm saying? Me existing is enough. I won.
That was the past me. So I'm like, now new me, I'm a little scared to, return certain energies. And it's like, I'm an OD. I'm not gonna just like return energy. I'm gonna turn it up a couple of notches. And now everybody mad. It's like, well, I don't know how to respond lightly.
But, all right, I'm gonna put my ego out real quick. Cause I get like this. I get like this when it comes to certain shit like this. I don't play get back. I never have played get back. I feel like I am the get back.
Okay.
Because I already know who I am.
Okay.
And like, I know who I am. So the gag is what I'm doing. Because the only thing that I've ever been when I deal with people is myself. Period. Like the me that you get is the me where I'm at right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? The me that you met when we was like 23, 24 is the me that I was at 23, 24. The me that I am now is the me that I am now. Like, that's what you get. You know what I'm saying? So whether you fuck with me or you don't, you know who I am.
Yeah.
Period. Like, you already know who I am. Like, I'm loyal. Like, I if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. I get the best advice that I can. I'm compassionate. I really give a fuck about niggas. I really hold niggas down. So I know this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm solid. I know that, like, to have me in your life ain't necessarily a bad thing. I don't feel like I come into anybody's life and make it worse. I just be doing me. I be minding my business and be like, hey, how you doing? Like, oh, you look good today. Oh, how's your job going? Like, I don't be on shit. Like, I'm a pleasant nigga to be around. I know that.
So, I concur.
Thank you. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So then, like, if we fall out, I was still 100. Like, I was still 100, and I'ma still keep doing me. And like, niggas really be like, God damn it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you fall out with niggas that was on some fake shit or some bullshit. The gag is, I've been myself. You gotta pretend to be a whole nother person because you feel a type of way about yourself.
We're getting deep here.
Like, for real.
I'm like, okay, ego, we hear you for real. We definitely hear you.
I was just saying, like, you know what I'm saying?
Talk your shit.
Like, for real, like, I've been, like, can't nobody ever say that I ain't never been what I was. Period. So, you know what I'm saying? But
I'm sure people could, though. And I feel like it's all based on how people, where they experience you, when they get you, how they get you. People are going to have all different perspectives of, like, what we're doing and how we're going about things based off of when they meet us. And that's perfectly fine because that's their lived experience of knowing us and being with us, or whatever capacity they've known us in. And that's okay because that's their story, that's their side. But like, there's your side, their side, and the truth. My character shows and proves every day. Every day I'm still showing up as me. When I fuck up, I say I fuck up. If I feel like I was solid, I was solid. If I learned some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I just did it in this fucking episode. Like, when you corrected me, it's like, oh yeah, you got that. Like, I ain't even that like type of nigga where it's just like, I'm always right. No. But I'm 100 though. You keep that shit 100
all day, every day.
Please, you sound like some aunties. Like,
bruh, no. Can a stud be an auntie?
A stud indeed is an auntie. I'm like, I don't understand. Are you serious?
It's a Funko.
I wouldn't know. I'm not a part of that community anymore.
I don't know what it is. I don't know.
I'll have to ask some of my lesbian friends.
Yeah, I don't know the terms either my damn self. I ain't even a stud. Anyway. I'm just me, okay?
Auntie Study. I don't know.
Auntie Stimmy. Alright, but anyway, we gonna wrap this up.
Cut that out. Cut that last hurt out.
I will. This
is
a
giving
serious
bloopers.
Podcast now. This is a serious podcast. we don't do these things anymore. I'm not gonna drink before another episode either.
I mean, you will when I come in town. Like, we gonna have a drunk podcast episode.
Okay. Well, I stand corrected. Maybe that's a live. Ooh, maybe that's a live. I can go live now.
Ooh, drunker tell. We could do drunker tell on live.
Ooh, now hold on, wait. What that mean? I'm cutting this out anyway. What this mean?
What mean?
Drunker tell. What's that?
It's like a game.
You drink or you tell?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of this shit before. Please explain.
I would have to find out where it's at, but that's definitely like a real thing. Like drunker tell, like that's a thing. I'm
supposed to be coming up with a drinking game, and I'm still gonna do that.
Yeah, how about you work on that?
Girl, it'll go on the list where it go.
Nah, but I'll make up some questions for the drunken tell.
Alright, bet. Okay, cool. That's perfect.
Alright,
anyway. But on that note, y'all, we gonna wrap this up. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Thinker versus Speaker. Kay, thank you for coming and joining me today. I appreciate you, love.
Thank you for having me. I'm always happy to come on.
Yeah. Do you want to tell them where to follow you on social media?
You can follow me on Instagram at KA__CHEENA. And yeah, that's it. Just my Instagram. Let's just start there. I'm sure I've mentioned my Twitter on other episodes, but it's like Instagram is where you can find me.
I know that's right, y'all, because I'm finna stop telling people I got Snapchat. But if you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter when I feel like it, but I never feel like it, at MarissaY17. And you can also find me on Facebook at Marissa Yarbrough. You can follow Thinker versus Speaker. We are on Facebook and Instagram at Thinker versus Speaker and TikTok at Thinker versus Speaker Official. So make sure that y'all tuned into that. We're gonna start working on our content on YouTube. So if you want to make sure that you tap in and subscribe, definitely do that. If you know anybody that wants to come on the podcast, or if you want to come on the podcast yourself, excuse me, you got a story, you got something interesting that you want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, you want to talk about what you do, you want to talk about life, you want to talk to any of the other guests, you know what I'm saying, you want me to bring people back, you got more questions, let me know. DM me, you know, I gave you all of my social media, so you know, let me know. But on that note, we gonna go ahead and get out of here. Do you have any last words for the people, Kay?
I don't, except for love yourself first.
Woo, please, okay? And choices. Remember, you always got choices, and you ain't got to keep making the same choices.
Okay, period.
Yeah. Write your own story.
Bye.
Later, y'all.